લગાવો સાથે. जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपीजन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी. जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपीजन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी. यशोदानंदन ब्रजजन रंजन यशोदानंदन ब्रजजन रंजन. यमुना तीरवनचारी यमुना तीरवनचारी. जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपीजन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी. यशोदानंदन ब्रजजन रंजन यशोदानंदन ब्रजजन रंजन. यमुना तीरवनचारी यमुना तीरवनचारी. हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. हरे कृष्णा Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Jayo Radha Gokulananda Radha Gokulananda Shri Radhe. Jayo Sita Ram Lakshman Hanuman, Jayo Sita Ram Lakshman Hanuman. Jayo Gauranitai Jayo Gauranitai. Jayo Jayo Prabhupada Jayo Jayo Prabhupada. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna, everyone. Can I request if the people can come and sit over here, that would be very beneficial for me. Thank you. So today we are doing, thank you so much. Today we are doing chapter 18, verse 27. Ragi karma phala prepsur lubdho himsatmako suchihi harsha shokanvita karta rajasa parikirtita. Translation by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. The worker who is attached to work and the fruits of work, desiring to enjoy those fruits, and who is greedy, always envious, impure, and moved by joy and sorrow, is said to be in the mode of passion. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Hare Krishna, everyone. Thanks for coming. Today we are going to do 18.27. So the study of Gita brings about self-correction. Self-correction brings about the correction in the way you look at the world, and if there is a change in the way you look at the world, then there is a change in your response to life situations. In fact, this very samsara is a wrong response to our life situation. And wrong response is calling situations as problem. For example, summer is hot, so is it a problem or is it a situation? Winter will be cold, old age and everything where the bones will make sound like cut cut, and we complained always about. So wrong responses to various situations in life happens because correction is not there. Because we do not want to find time for self-knowledge. Materially, one may be doctorate, but spiritually, he is illiterate. Since he has not rectified his vision, he has got only wrong perception of what real is. So wrong perception, according to our Shastra, is as equal as no perception. Their own arrogance do not allow them to go near the scriptures or Guru, and this is the biggest tragedy in today's world. So the chapter 18 is already a summary of Bhagavad Gita. And the first 17 verses, that is 18th chapter till 18.17, is already a summary, a different type of summary. Now, from 18.18 till 40th verse, again there is a summarization. And in these verses, Lord Krishna is going to deal with 7 different topics and then divide each topic into 3 categories. The 3 categories, the 3 modes of material nature. If one understands these 7 topics with the threefold subdivision, in one sense it is like you have understood the essence of the whole Gita. So the 18th verse, 18.18 verse, it actually gives the introduction, and Krishna makes a general observation of human activities. That human activities can be classified into 2 categories. One is the knowing process and the other is the doing process. You know something, basically, you know something, you desire, and you go after. And if we actually see, this is how the entire our commercial advertising is based on aggressive marketing. You may not have heard about an object, doesn't know about a thing, but the moment the advertisement comes, your eyes goes there and you want to know it. And you begin to desire. First you say, I don't want it. Then you don't want it, but finally you start, you will go and you will have it. So an action basically involves a subject, object, and instrument. All the mundane or materialistic knowledge can only produce desires. Desires like what? To become the CEO of a company, to own a big house. First a small car, then a bigger car, then some other car. Basically, rich and famous. And what it leads to? It leads to an increase of karma flow. And more the karma flow, the more entangled you become. And before you know, you are caught in the vicious circle of this life. There is only one knowledge that can destroy all the desires, and that is this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. So basically, why Bhagavad Gita knowledge is so important? Why? Because generally, the way, like our way of looking the world, heavily depends upon the very way I look into myself. The way you look upon yourselves, that's how you perceive the world. And out of the three modes of material nature, so the three modes are modes of goodness, modes of passion, and mode of ignorance or tamasic. Tamasic knowledge is most natural and widely prevalent because it is tamasam knowledge that gives you the idea, and which is also the universal conclusion of many high philosophers, that I am this physical body. So, because these days everyone only wants pratyaksha knowledge. I see, I believe. If I don't see, I don't want to believe. So basically, he also wants to understand something like our Supreme Lord with this imperfect senses. So you are trying to understand something from the mundane sense organ level, and that's why the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita plays an important role. 18.19, Lord Krishna introduces three topics: Jnana, Karma, and Karta. Now in each topic, again, the Lord, he talks about Sattvika, Rajasika, and Tamasika variety. The Lord wants to say Tamasic variety should be given at the earliest for a person who is spiritually seeking, for a sadhaka. Why? Because it is very damaging. It may be materially advantageous, but it is very dangerous and it leads to spiritual degradation. So whatever is related to tamasam, whether it may be knowledge, karma, your eating, it should be discarded immediately. Rajasic variety will not probably pull you down spiritually, but it will definitely lead to spiritual stagnation. And only after the purification of the mind, you gradually withdraw from Rajasic and you have to go to the Sattvic platform. So I'm again saying Tamasic variety should be discarded immediately. Rajasam should be gradually transcendented and we should attempt to reach to the Sattvic variety. So why always sattvic variety? Because anything in sattva mode, sattvic jnanam, sattvic karma, sattvic karta, whatever is in sattva mode, it is the very stepping stone which will ultimately take you back to Godhead. So after talking about 3 types of jnanam in verses 18.23 to 25, then he talks, 3 types of jnanam is verses 20 to 22, 3 types of karma, 23 to 25. Now we enter into 3 types of karta. Generally, you will think that the Lord has already spoken about 3 types of karma. So karma means action. So why is he talking about 3 types of karta? Karta means doer. So he has spoken about the action, so why he's talking about the doer? It is because he wants to make sure that everyone gets the concept that what he's talking about. So basically, karma always invokes your karta nature. I am the doer notion is enforced. Whereas the real truth is, I am akrita. I am not, I'm akarta. So Srila Prabhupada writes, a person who is in Krishna consciousness is always transcendental to 3 modes of material nature. How? So today, this is what I'm going to discuss in today's class, 18.27, our verse. So it describes of a karta who is in a rajasic mode. So before going to the verse, the previous verse, 18.26, deals with a karta who is in a sattva mode. So I want to start with that so that it gives you a clear picture that how a person in rajasam actually acts. Sattvic karta has an important attitude which rajasa karta doesn't have. Actually, there are many things which the rajasam doesn't have, but this one in particular really made difference to me. So, which is, there is a person who is situated in the mode of goodness, he doesn't waver to any kind of success or failure. According to a sattvic karta, a success or failure in life is both capable of teaching me a valuable lesson. Therefore, we don't need to avoid failure in life because of 2 reasons. Firstly, the failures cannot be avoided. Secondly, the failures also is a useful, important learning tool for your own inward journey, for your own inward growth. Srila Prabhupada writes in the purport, the worker, that is a sattvic worker, does not waver even if he is successful, even if he is failure. See, he has a balanced approach. He's not wavering. No doubt you will work for success, but I'm not much worried about either success or failure. So basically, a sattvic person is not bothered about either success or failure, but he will work. Because he is using the external success or failure for his inward growth. Like Srila Prabhupada says, he does not care for success or failure because he is equal in both, in distress and happiness. So if I have to give you an example, like tennis, if I have to give you, I'm going to give you a tennis player's example. There is a tennis player playing for example, if you say Wimbledon, they're playing for the cup, for the match. Yeah, obviously both of them are not going to win the cup. There is one person who is going to lose. So, but a person who is already in a sattvic mode, so he takes that whether I win or lose, it doesn't matter because ultimately I will be physically fit. So a person, so he takes even the failure in that way that it doesn't matter whether I succeed win the cup or whether I fail, irrespective of success or failure, I will still have the physical fitness. So basically, any type of karma, it helps me for my mental purification, and failure also helps me to toughen myself, isn't it? Even in our life, when we fail in something, always valuable lessons are learned, and we tend to not repeat it, and we try to rectify ourselves. So, a person in a mode of goodness doesn't waver. He has a balanced approach, and because everything for him is redirected towards his inward growth. Now, whereas a person who is in mode of passion, a karmi is one who does not know how to learn and grow inwardly at all. He is attached to material success in life. And once you have attached to material successes, you always have a problem, because material success are not definite. Whether you succeed or not, it is not definite. And if you succeed, the world is full of joy. If you don't succeed, the world is shattered. Until the success comes, you're always in tension. And the tension cannot be avoided. You're always stress-strained. And for a karmi who is always stress-strained, Lord Krishna calls him Rajasa Karta. Now, try to look at him. A Rajasa Karta is our verse today. Ragi Karma Phala Prepsur. He is Ragi. Ragi means one who is attached to material success, interested only in external success, and he is full of attachment. And he is Karma Phala Prepsu, one who values external possessions more than internal growth, because he doesn't understand the fundamental principle of peace, happiness, and security do not depend on what I have. Yeah? I want to repeat this. He doesn't understand the fundamental principle of peace, happiness, and security does not depend on what I have. The peace, happiness, and security, they depend on what I am. This difference a karmi doesn't know. Shri Shri Radha Gokulananda ki jai. They actually reminded me of my deities Krishna Balram in school. The same chadar, so they look very beautiful with that yellow and orange pink dress. Thank you. So basically, this difference, this fundamental difference of what I have and what I am, a karmi, a person who is in a Rajasa mode, he doesn't know. He thinks this externals, his house, his car, his material possession, will give him peace of mind. Therefore, he is karma phala prepsuhu, the one who is after name, fame, position, possession, status. He is lubdaha. He is extremely greedy. The one who has lot of mamakara. Mamakara means I, me, mine mentality. Or Bhagavad Gita itself started with whom? Dhritarashtra's I, me, mine's mentality, where he says Mamakaha and Pandavaschaiva. The I, me, mine mentality. So those person, they are lubdaha. They are always greedy. And it is always kind of a one-way traffic. Everything should come to me and I will not give anything to anyone. I'm sure you must have seen many people like Like we put vegetables in sambar, there are certain people, when they come to home, they will only take all the vegetables from the sambar and they will leave the liquid away. Like if you make paneer gravy, they will just come and scoop out all the paneer and leave the gravy for others. It's like that. They are so greedy. They are miserly also. They only want more and more, and they just don't want to part away with anything. They just give less and less. And when in turn, if their turn comes, have you seen when you go to their house, they will serve you in small bowls that you yourself will be hesitant, like whether should I eat or not. So they are such kind of persons. They are lubdaha. Because of this misconceptions that what gives them security. And they are himsatmaka. Himsa, we all know ahimsa, yeah? Because Gandhiji made it very famous, non-violence. Himsa. Himsa means violent. Atmaka, he is a violent. So basically, once the greed comes, he himself becomes the very threat to the society. He will start violating with dharma. Initially, he may begin with legitimate earnings, and he's trying to amass wealth, but you cannot amass that much of wealth with legitimacy. So then gradually he will start compromising. And they are always thinking, this is okay. Compromising is okay. As in 3rd chapter, Lord Krishna says, Kama esha krodha esha rajo guna samudbhava. Mahashano mahapapma vidhyan me iha vairinam. Kama esha krodha esha. Kama, lust, desires. It leads to krodha. When it is not satisfied, it leads to krodha. And this is the very characteristics of Rajoguna. So a greedy person will start compromising with dharma, that is himsa. He will start harming the society. Srila Prabhupada writes, such a person is so envious of others and prepared to do anything for sense gratification. So for them, the ultimatum is my sense gratification. What is happening, the ripple effect, or what is happening to others, he's not bothered. And then, asuchihi. He is asuchi. Asuchi means, suchi, cleanliness. Asuchi means unclean. So Srila Prabhupada writes, such a person, now when I'm saying such a person, means a person who is acting under the mode of passion, rajasam, such a doer, this is the characteristics of doer I'm highlighting. So such a doer, he's unclean. He does not care whether his earnings are pure or impure. Do you see what is the definition of uncleanliness here? It is unclean. Unclean is not cleaning and sweeping your houses. Unclean is also the way in which you earn. Unclean is also the way in which you think. Unclean is also the way in which you behave. You may take bath and go, you may think you are clean, but the way you are acting in the society and interacting with others, it is unclean. Do you understand how the deeper meaning of unclean is? Which means his own thoughts are detrimental for himself. He will start losing faith on others. Everyone around him, he starts beginning to doubt everyone around him. Like, he always feels they are going to come and take my things away. Oh, this fellow is coming to me because I have this car. I should avoid. Oh, this fellow is coming because I have a Rolex watch. Or a big Birkin bag. Oh, let me stay away. Look, they don't have, but I have. Starts not trusting anyone in the society. Therefore, jealousy comes and doubt comes, and his mind is always restless. And he also experiences harsha shokam vitaha. Harsha, joy, elation, happiness. Shokam, shok, grief, sorrow. So one whose mind is already restless, he goes a violent turbulations of ups and downs. Harsha, elation, shoka, depression. So basically, he's a very, very terrible person, irritable person. He loses patience, and such a doer, the Lord says, he is in the mode of passion. So now, just to summarize, I'm just saying, we started off saying, we need to understand that how we are looking up the world. So for that we have to look upon ourselves, how we are, because then only our perception has to be made clear. Next, I spoke about that the tamasic variety has to be discarded immediately. Rajasic variety, you have to gradually transcend and come to sattva gun. Because the sattva platform is the stepping stone to go to Shuddha Sattva, going back to Godhead. So, mode of goodness is the stepping stone. Then, we also spoke about how 3 kinds of karta the Lord Krishna speaks about. And my verse 18.27 talks about a karta, a doer, how he acts in the mode of Rajasam. And we started off saying that a person who is in a Sattva gun, the point which is very important, I felt, is the balanced approach when you receive a success or failure. A person who is in a Sattva mode, he doesn't waver. He treats them equally. Whereas a person who is in a Rajasa mode, for him, success is very important. And he is what? He is Ragi. He is Karma Phala Prepsuhu. He is Asuchihi. He is not clean. He is Himsatmaka, and he starts compromising. In the end, this kind of karta, this kind of doer, is someone who is very irritable and who doesn't have patience. So now, what about us? I'm a devotee, I'm wearing tilak, I'm wearing devotional clothes, and I have boldly declared myself that I am the devotee of Lord Krishna. So what about myself? What kind of doer are we? So Srila Prabhupada says, a person in Krishna consciousness is always transcendental to material modes. So please, I have to repeat this again. A person in Krishna consciousness is always transcendental to material modes. How? In Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu, Sri Raghurupa Goswami explains, Iha yasya harer dasa karmana manasagriya nikhilesva api avasthasu jivan muktasa uchyate. A person who is acting in Krishna consciousness, Iha yasya harer dasa. I am harer dasa. I am the servant of the Lord Hari. I am what? I am the servant of Lord Hari. And what kind of a das am I? I am that kind of a das who serves my Lord with karmana, my actions, manasa, my mind, and griya, my intelligence. So an action serving the Lord by action, body, mind, intelligence. And once we start doing that, Srila Rupa Goswami says, Jivan muktasa uchyate. He is liberated even within this material world. Srila Prabhupada further writes, although he may be engaged in so many material activities, he knows he belongs to Lord Krishna. The body too belongs to Lord Krishna. When he applies himself, everything produced of the body, mind, intelligence, words, life, wealth, whatever he may have within his possession is for Krishna's service. He at once has dovetailed himself with Krishna, and this is the perfect stage of Krishna consciousness. This is further explained in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Leela 13.8. It says, Na aham vipro, na cha narapati. Neither I am a Brahmana, Vipro Brahmana, neither I am Narapati, neither I am king. Na api Vaishyo, na Shudra. I am neither a Vaishya nor I am Shudra. Na aham Varni, na cha Grihapati. I am neither a Brahmachari nor I am a householder. Na Vanastho Yatirva Vanaprastha. Neither I am Yatir, a sannyasi, nor I am a vanaprastha. Kintu prodayan nikhila paramananda purna amrita abheda gopi bhartua pada kamalayor dasanu gopir bhartur pada kamalayor dasa dasanu dasa. So what it says, I am neither Brahmana, I am neither a Kshatriya nor a king, neither I am Vaishya nor a Shudra, neither I am Brahmachari nor Grahastha nor a Vanaprastha and what. So what I am? I identify as Dasa, Anudasa. I am the servant of the servant of the servant of the lotus feet of Lord Krishna, who is the maintainer of the gopis. He is also the cause of the universal transcendental bliss. So I am the servant of the servant of the servant of our Supreme Lord. Savai pumsam paro dharmo yato bhaktir adokshaje ahaituki apratihata yayatma suprasidati. Srila Prabhupada writes, the word dharma means engagement. You have to engage. Yeah, you cannot sit idle. Even if you want to sit idle, you can't, because that is not in our very nature. But the moment we start our engagement in the service of adhokshaje, without any impediment or cessations, without any ahatuki, apratihata, is understood to be situated in original status, and he is promoted. He is automatically happy and transcendental bliss. Yayatma suprasidati. Otherwise, as long as one is in the bodily concept of life, one must suffer the material condition. So one has to try and understand that my original constitutional position, that is me, not this body, but the me who pervades this body, who will exist even after the body is not there, is serving Supreme Lord Krishna. Because this body will suffer what? Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadhi. Yeah? Dukkha, Dashanu, Darshanam. So, this body is subject to birth, death, old age, disease. This has to be understood. This concept has to be understood as how Srila Prabhupada writes that we have always seen Mother Ganga in Ganges, garbage and all foaming coming, yeah? But she's always flowing. But that is her dharma, Nira dharma. She has to flow. But that is the function of the water. But when we go and bathe inside the Mother Ganga, we gain lot of results, beneficial results, yeah? So, therefore, one who is situated in spiritual status is unaffected by the foam and the garbage. Do you realize? The foam and the garbage is this material world and this material body, and it is subject to dukkha, everything, janma, mrityu, jara, vyadi. So what has changed? The change is, I am serving the Lord. That is my real swarupa. I have to use this body to serve Him. I have to take care of my body because it is through this body only I am going to go back to Him. So how do we strengthen ourselves? How do we do it? So I just wanted to share a small story in this regard. So there was a small girl playing, like my little boy Narayana, who messes around everywhere. And this girl was also making like lot of rockets, and there were paper everywhere. So the mother just walks in the room, and then she says, "Look how much mess you have made. Can we please tidy up?" So what you do, you take all the paper and you start, tearing it apart and throw it in the bin. The girl starts doing, like all girls, my golden girl is also here, always obeys. But what I'm trying to say, clears up, starts clearing, and then all of a sudden the mother comes in the room and she sees that there is a 500 rupees, like a 50-pound note, lying on the floor. And then the girl approaches there, and the mother says, no, not that paper. Then the girl is saying, why? You told me to clear up, and I'm clearing it up. So what is the difference? Why you said no for this? So then she wanted to convince that this paper has got value. So she then takes her to the shop. And for 50 pounds, she gets loads, like so much of chocolates. And then, so the paper, so that was also paper, this is also paper, but this is a paper with a value. Similarly, when we chant the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, for example, my son really loves apple juice. If we chant apple juice, it is not going to do anything. But Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, these are Divya words. Divya means transcendental words. Transcendental means one which helps you to transcend this material world. As Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Nama Namakari Bahuda Nija Sarva Shakti. The God, the Supreme Lord, has invested all His power in His name, this Maha Mantra. And in this, actually, if you see, in this age of Kali Yuga, we actually want everything portable, isn't it? Like we have portable phones. Previously, it used to be wired only. Then the cordless came, now portable phones. Then the furniture is also portable. If you want to go to beach, you can take a folding chair and you can go and sit. Even our lifestyle, like I still remember previously, we were in Delhi and we are from down south, and my grandma used to write letters, those blue inland letters and those postcards. It used to take like full 1 week, and the patience, but now email, everything is in app. Even the banks are closing now in UK, and everything has gone online and on app. So this is a portable age, right? So similarly, the God has made Himself self-accessible in this portable way through what? Through His holy name. So whenever you need Him, we simply call upon His name and He is there. So whenever you chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. The scripture says, Abhinnatvam nama namino. The God is non-different from His name, from His form, from His prasadam, His scriptures, His paraphernalia. He is fully present in His holy name. And when we chant the Lord's name, the Lord is truly present on our tongue. And the Lord is what? He is Chintamani. Chintamani is a touchstone. A touchstone, what does it do? It just touches an ordinary metal and it turns into gold. So just imagine, Krishna's name is Chintamani. The moment we take His name, Krishna purifies us. Simply by chanting the Lord's name, we become purified. The more we chant, the more our heart becomes purified. And as our hearts become purified, then only we are able to clearly listen to what the voice of God, the voice of Paramatma, because God is present in every one of us and He is constantly talking. But we are not able to hear because of the dust of the worldly distractions. However, when we chant the Lord's name and sincerely recite the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, gradually become purified, and then we try to understand that what God is really saying to us. These are not ordinary words. We are cleansing our hearts, drawing ourselves closer to the divine each and every time we utter Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. In 11.33, the Lord clearly tells Arjuna, Nimitta matrena bhava savyasachi. Nimitta matrena, O Savyasachi. Savyasachi is the name of Arjuna because he was ambidextrous. So he could use both his right and left hand equally efficiently. So he's saying Nimitta matrena. So basically he's telling in this verse to Arjuna, because Arjuna had the dilemma, oh Arjuna, you get up, you prepare to fight, because they have been put to death. You just become my instrument. This is what a devotee does. When he understands what is his constitutional position, all his activities in this material world becomes nimitta matrena. I just quickly want to share a personal example in this relation to this. So I'm a chef manager, and our school has a beautiful temple with Krishna Balram as the main deities. And there was one sannyasi who came from Vrindavan, so I had a very fortune to serve him. And when he had the prasadam, he was praising me. And I was out of my ignorance. When the blessing came from sannyasi, I did not know how to take it. And out of joke, like really an ignorant joke, I just said, oh dear, oh Maharaj, thank you, but you know, my body is going. I'm working here for last 15, 16 years. My body is going, and oh, you have given me too much of a blessing. The sannyasi who is from Vraj, he just looked me into my eyes, and he looked and he said, my dear child, Krishna is responsible to provide everyone with food. Yeah, I just want to repeat, Krishna is responsible to provide everyone with food. Actually, if we analyze, everyone, anyone, even in the jungles, even in the Arctic, extreme climates, everyone, the seals, penguins, who are their habitat, they all get food. He said to me, you are just an instrument in his hands. So if he wants, he will use until he wants. So that brought such a change in my attitude that I stopped cracking stupid jokes, first of all. But I took it as a blessing that I am just an instrument in the hands of Krishna Balram, and I'm serving like his Rupa all the children in my school. So this is my personal own realization. We have to realize, first of all, who we are. We have to realize what is our purpose in this life. We have to realize that how much importance we are giving to the so-called body in order to maintaining. But no matter what, you will grow old. So how are you growing old? It is up to you. You may meet so many people who are old, but are they mature? They may open the mouth and you may feel, because there is nothing. You may grow old, but there won't be any maturity. I just want to end by saying, Srila Bhaktivedanta Thakur, one of our Guru in the Guru Parampara, he wrote a very beautiful song called Durlabha Manava Janma. So it goes like this. Durlabha Manava Janma Labhiya Samsare Krishna na bhajino dukha kahibo kahare. It's a very long song. I request everyone to go through it, especially the translation, because the translation really hit me. So he says, Durlabha Manava Janma. Durlabh, Sulabh means easily, Durlabh means something very difficult. So this human body is a rare opportunity, which we need to use for what? He says to use to worship to Lord Krishna. But he talks about the whole samsara circle where he says, I have married, I have entered into Grihastha life, I have children, but now when the body drops dead on the ground, then what will remain of me? At that moment, my dearest son and loved ones will not be able to give me happiness. He further writes, I waste every day in insignificant work. I waste every night in insignificant sleep. For the second, the cruel death is sitting here. In that song, the translation, it further says, when my body is thrown in the pits of cremation, the vultures, ants, worms, it's a playground for them. So they take delight on our body, and it will be a real taste if I do not take this opportunity to understand the only reality, which is the tangible, eternal truth. So we are really eternally indebted to Srila Prabhupada, who has clearly created a platform, ISKCON. He says it doesn't matter whatever modes you are, you just come, join Krishna consciousness, keep Krishna in the center, automatically you will transcend. I hope and pray that every one of you are able to succeed in life. I now